I'm audible. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, so we shall start now. Let the people join. Okay. So before we move ahead with the practical sessions today, I want just a few things to brush up and few things are left out. Then we'll see the practicals now. Okay. So guys, just let us refresh it once. What we have seen. So what is data? Yes, guys. Data is what? Data is nothing but what? Information. Data is referred as what is that? Information. Okay. Information is nothing but what? Data. Wherein we have what is it? Huge amount of data is nothing but we call it as what? Big data. Big data is nothing but what? The huge amount of data. So hence big data. That is big means what? Huge. So hence we call it as what? Big data. Big data is nothing but what? The huge volume. That is a massive amount of data is called as what? Big data. Okay. So now, so what are the sources of data? So every data, okay, need to be, okay, every data, okay, every data, the data will be available at the source of the data. The data will be available at the source. Okay. So guys, you have what is it? The source of data. That is nothing but big data. Big data is nothing but a massive amount of data is referred as the big data, wherein we can find the data in the following sources. What are the sources of data? We can have what? The data in what is that? Database. Then we can also have the data in what is that? Files, okay, etc. These are the various sources of getting the data. Okay, whereas you will have two things in the process of what is that? You have it ADF. So what is ADF? Yes, guys, what is ADF? ADF is nothing but it is called as what? Azure Data Factory. Yes, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Just please respond it. You people are so silent, so I'll be confused whether you is there an issue with the network and all. Okay, so we'll be having what is that? ADF is nothing but what? Azure Data Factory. What is that? Azure Data Factory. Okay, Azure Data Factory. So Azure Data Factory is what? It is a service. It is a service provided by Microsoft. It is a service provided by what is that? Microsoft. It is a service provided by Microsoft to perform what? The process of what? ETL. That's which stands for what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. Whereas the process of ETL, getting my point, guys, all of you, the process of ETL requires the following. What is that? The first part is called as what? Extraction. E stands for what? Extraction.
Hello,
Yeah.
Samit. Sorry for interrupt. Are you providing a studies session only today?
No. I'm just brushing up once.
Oh, okay.
I'm brushing up once, and we'll just continue because
Sure.
you know, some of the new people may have
Newcomers,
joined.
yeah. Okay.
That's
Yeah.
only, and even this is a new thing for you. Just I want to brush it up.
Sure,
Actually,
yeah.
okay, so what is it? We have it extraction. So extraction is nothing but what? Extraction is nothing but what? Pulling in the data. Extraction is the process of what? Pulling in the data. Okay, wherein transformation is the process of what? Transformation is the process of what? Data summarization. Whereas the final thing is what is that? You have it loading. Getting my point? Wherein the ADF performs the job of what? Extraction, transformation, and what is that? You have it loading. Extraction, transformation, and what is that? Loading. Whereas this process of ETL, that is extraction, transformation, and loading, requires a source and the target. Requires a source and the target. For what? For data loading. The data will be pulled in and then what happens? The data will be loaded to the target. Okay, exactly. That is nothing but in the required format of the end users. Required format of what is that? End user. That's it. Okay, so we have the following thing that is called as what? Extraction, transformation, and loading. As we know that these are all the data sources we have it. Now, guys, already, that is yesterday, we have already seen what are the components of ADF. Components of ADF. Can anyone tell me, guys?
Data pipeline.
Exactly. The first one is called what? Pipeline. Exactly. Data pipeline. We can say yes, pipeline. The second component is what? Yes.
Data sets.
Exactly. Data sets. Yes. The third component is what?
Activity.
Activity. Yes. Next one is
Mapping.
Services.
Linked service.
exactly linked service. Yes. Next one is
Mapping data flow.
very good. Mapping data flows. And the sixth one is
Triggers.
exactly triggers.
Integration runtime.
The sixth one is what is it? You have it?
Integration runtime.
Integration runtime. Okay. Integration runtime. I think we have missed one more. What is it?
You entered 5 2 times.
Okay, sorry. 6 and 7. Now, guys, okay. Okay, so these are the 7 major components. See, I'm not saying only these are the components, but these are the very major components which is required by the ADF. Guys, required by the ADF. That is called as what? Azure Data Factory. Getting my point? Azure Data Factory. So you know already what is pipeline. So pipeline is nothing but a pipeline is used to what is that? Yes, what is it? Pipeline. Pipeline is used to from this particular point.
Orchestrate dates.
Exactly. Very good. Excellent. What is it? Orchestration of the data.
Data from disparate data sources.
Yes, exactly. From the source to the target will be loaded into what is that? Pipeline. Will be loaded into what is that? Pipeline. Whereas, guys, from this, the pipeline starts from this point and ends at the loading target. So here this is called as what? Pipeline. Hence, the full name, hence the pipeline is filled up with the data. We call it as what? Yes, guys, we call it as what? Data pipeline. We call it as what? Data pipeline. A pipeline filled up with the data is called as what? Data pipeline. Now, guys, what is a data set? Tell me now.
Data collection of tables and columns.
Exactly. That is nothing but a table. So here you will have a table. Data set. Data set is nothing but what? A table. Okay. Or a table, we can say. A table. Okay, guys. This is nothing but a data set, a table. And what is that? That means the entire data, whatever. Suppose you are extracting the data from a source, and source is your Oracle database. Oracle database, and this is in the form of some table only, obviously. So what I'll do is I'll pull in the data. Getting my point? I pull in the data from the Oracle into what is that? ADF now. I'll pull in the data into ADF, and ADF stores the data in which format here? Data sets. Technically, I will give you the abbreviation of data set once we get into the subject. Don't worry about that. And now what is activity? Can anyone tell me what is activity? I think we have to see the activity. We have already seen the linked service. So now tell me, what is a linked service? To create
Linked service.
Exactly. Yes, tell me.
Linked service is a middleware in between data set and source.
Exactly. That means to relate the ADF with the Oracle, we require what is that here? Linked service. Linked service. Okay, guys. So whereas, so here even this is a part of a data pipeline only. So hence I can say that the link service is also the part of the same data pipeline. Okay, guys. So next, after this, what is that you have it? Mapping data flows. Can you tell me what is mapping data flows? Yes.
transformations
Transformation of
inside.
data.
Exactly, that is nothing but the T, the transformation, ultimate job of performing the transformation as per the requirement of the user will be done by the mapping data flow. So we can say that mapping data flows is nothing but ultimately what is that? A transformation. So I will write it here so that you will understand it in a better way. Transformation is nothing but what? Mapping data flows. Now guys, what is the next thing you have it? Tell me now. Triggers. So what do you mean by trigger? Yes. What do you mean by trigger?
Trigger is nothing but some scheduler.
So that
Exactly. Triggering is nothing but starting. See, your two-wheeler, suppose you have a two-wheeler Honda Activa, it will start how?
Gahna, come here.
Yes. Hello. Yes, please put it in a mute mode. It's disturbing the class. Yeah, guys, tell me now. If you have a two-wheeler Honda Activa, how will you start that two-wheeler? By clicking on or
self-start.
Self-start, exactly. That is nothing but what you are doing. You're triggering it. You're triggering the engine to get start. The same way here to trigger the pipeline, to kickstart the pipeline, we require automatedly, guys. We have two modes here. One is the manual mode, another one is the automated mode. Automated mode will be activated by the triggers here. Getting my point? Now, what are the type of triggers you have it? What are the type of triggers you have it? You have three type of triggers. What are those, guys?
Event based.
Trigger.
Schedule trigger, event-based trigger, tumbling window trigger.
Yes, event based, that is event based trigger, and you have what is that? Schedule trigger.
One is tumbling window.
Schedule trigger, and another one is tumbling window. Tumbling window. So guys, okay, now, so these are the triggers. So you know already all these are the things we have it. Activity. Now guys, what is activity? The activity is nothing but the type of action you want to perform on the data. The type of action you wanted to perform on the data. For example, guys, just a minute. I'm just sharing my desktop. Guys, this is my desktop. Getting my point? All of you just see here. I have some, data here. Now, can you see here? I have some EMP info. I'm copying this. I'm using Control C, guys. I'm using Control C. And now I wanted to paste it on my desktop. Now, what is the activity I'm doing it now? Can you tell me?
Copy and paste.
Exactly, very good. That means I am performing the activity called what? Copy activity. I am performing the activity called what? Copy activity. Getting my point? I'm performing the activity called what? Copy activity. Whereas what type of action you wanted to perform on the data? Getting my point? What type of action you wanted to perform on the data? That means nothing but it is decided by the activity. Whether you wanted to simply copy the data, or you wanted to apply the stored procedure, or you wanted to apply the if condition, or else you wanted to apply any kind of what is that for each condition. Okay, for each means while loops. Okay, for each, all these things will be decided in the activity. Getting my point? Activities. All of you clear? What is an activity? The action you wanted to perform on the data is referred as what? Activity. The action you wanted to perform on the data is called as what? Activity. Clear, guys, everyone? If not clear, please tell me. I'll give you some example that's better.
Yeah, Samir, it's clear.
Yes.
We have almost 60 participants. Only 1 or 2 people is talking. What about rest of you? You don't want to interact?
Yeah, clear. Yeah, clear, sir.
Yes, everyone?
It's
clear,
clear, sir.
I want, yeah.
Clear.
Yes.
Clear.
I want
Yes.
each one of you to
Yes.
say, guys. Okay, is it okay now?
Yes.
Sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So now,
Yes.
so we have done with all the, that is nothing but the components of ADF. What is that? Pipeline, data sets. Getting my point? Pipeline, data sets. Getting my point? Pipeline, data sets. Then we have what is that? Activities. And then we have linked services, mapping data flows. Integration runtime is only left out. I will tell you once we get into the subject what exactly how it is used. I don't want to confuse you guys. Rather, I want to start up with the another thing. What is that you have it? Storages. Guys, we'll start with what? Storages in Azure. Now just concentrate well. We are into the very main subject now. Storages. Storages in Azure. So guys, you access the data from all these sources, na? Oracle database or files, and the files can be JSON files, Avro files, JSON file, Avro files. You can have any type of files. Okay, Excel file, CSV file, any type of file. Where does, as you know that, can you see I showed you in this example, from this Oracle we get the data into ADF now. Ultimately, where does the ADF stores? The ADF stores this entire data, whatever you are accessing it, into the Azure storages. So we have the following storages in Azure. So the first type of storages is called as what? Azure blob storage. What is that? Azure blob storage. What's the first one we have it? Azure blob storage. So second one is, what is that? The second one we have, what is it? Azure data lake Gen 1. Guys, generation 1. Gen 1 means generation 1. And then we have, what is it? Azure data lake Gen 2. And the fourth one we have, what is that? Azure data lake, sorry, Azure SQL DB or SQL database. And next one we have it as what? Azure Cosmos DB. Guys, Cosmos DB is nothing but it is called as NoSQL database. It is called as what? NoSQL. Where we don't use the SQL, guys, make sure we don't use the SQL. This is a new trend going on. NoSQL database. Okay. Then we have, what is that? Sixth one. Everyone is, I'm audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Azure. Yes. Azure Synapse. Synapse Analytics. Azure Synapse Analytics. What is it? You have it? Azure Synapse Analytics. Yeah. Okay. Azure Synapse Analytics. The next one. Azure Elastic Pool. What is it? Elastic Pool. Okay. Apart from this, we have many more storages. Very okay. A wide range of storages we have it. Okay, in Azure. Okay. So now these are the few very frequently used storages. I will show you how many storages we have it. You don't worry now. I'll just show you in some time. Can you see here, all of you? So what we do is, here we ultimately load the data into, what is it? Blob storage. So I will tell you how it is used. Can you see here, guys? This is the data pipeline now. This is the source of data. The source of data, can you see here? The source of data will be, that is nothing but actual a place where you find the real data. From this source, you will get the data into, what is that? Into, what is that? Azure. That is called as what? Azure. So here you will have the Azure blob storage. Can you see here? Here you will have the Azure blob storage. And the blob storage, can you see here? What I'm raising it? The blob storage, can you see here? Here you will have the Azure blob storage. So to link this, to link the Azure blob storage with the ADF, guys, ADF is different. Make sure Azure storages are different, because this storages is common in ADF as well as in ADB, Azure Databricks, as well as in Synapse. Synapse is a data warehouse of Azure. Make sure this is the data warehouse of Azure is called as what? Synapse. So whether you use any service of Azure, whether you use any service, whether it can be ADF, ADB, or the Synapse, guys, ADF, ADB, or the Synapse, any services you use it, these storages will be common. Make sure the storages will be common for all. Whether you are using the service called ADF, whether you are using the service called ADB, or you are using the service called Synapse, So commonly used storages are all these. So here the same thing I'm representing it. Azure blob storage. Okay, so we store the data, we load the data into what's it? Azure blob storage. And within the Azure blob storage, the data will be recorded in which here, what format here? Into the data sets. Into what is that? Data set. So we can say that within the Azure blob storage, the data is recorded into what? Data set. And whereas using this linked service, we create the relationship. Getting my point? We create the relationship between the blob storage and what is that? ADF ultimately. Thus here ADF, that is called as what? Azure Data Factory. And once the Azure Data Factory starts, the pipeline will start from this particular point and it will end. So here also target also, suppose you have the source as I'm writing it here. Suppose you have the source here as Azure and your target is Amazon. Now tell me now, Azure is your source, target is your Amazon. Both are clouds, boss. Both are clouds. There is no on-premises. Both are clouds here. Azure is also cloud and Amazon is also cloud. Now tell me what happens here. Here you will have the, here you will have the Azure blob storage. Here you will have the Azure blob storage. Or else we can also have Azure ADLS. ADLS means what? Data lake. Azure data lake. Okay, what is that? Azure, what is that? ADLS. We call it as what? I've already have written the Azure, I'm writing DLS, data lake service. Okay, ADLS Gen 1, or you can have what's that? Azure data lake service Gen 2. Anything you can have it. Whereas the target, what is the target? You have it Amazon. No? So what you are doing is you're trying to load the data, pull in the data from the Azure and transform it and load the data into what is Amazon. Amazon is having their own data warehouse. Data warehouse. Can anyone tell me what is the data warehouse used by the Amazon? Yes, guys. Exactly. Very good. Redshift. Redshift. So here we have what is it? Redshift. Now, the same is the situation and thing. Even if you have Azure Data Lake Gen 2 to your transferring the data into what is that? GCP. What is the data warehouse of GCP? Yes, guys. What is the data warehouse? BigQuery.
Google Cloud Platform.
BigQuery. BigQuery is the, that is nothing but BigQuery is the data warehousing of Google Cloud Platform. Getting my point? So guys, these are the storages, and the storages upon the storages we apply the components. So these components are purely the part of ADF. Make sure these components are purely the part of ADF, but storages are common for what? ADF, ADB, Synapse, everything. Everyone clear now? Or you want any clarification? Just clarify it now itself, because once I get into the subject, we'll again won't turn it back. From tomorrow onwards, I'm directly jumping into the subject. There will be no again refresh classes from tomorrow. Yes, guys, if you have any doubt, anyone, any kind of doubt, please come out. No issues. And this session, yeah, go ahead.
As we have data warehouse in Azure and AWS, but Snowflake also provide data warehouse technology. So
yes,
how it is different from
yeah, cloud, that is basically Snowflake is a cloud-based data warehouse, purely a cloud-based data warehouse. Oh, and whereas the right now the booming products in the market are that is nothing but the Azure and as well as the Synapse. And in US, these are the highest paid. These are the highest paid technologies, we can say. Okay, and that is Snowflake is basically a cloud-based data warehouse. Okay, and I will see one example on this Snowflake. We will see one integration. I'll show you the practically. Don't worry about that. I'll show you the practically how exactly we integrate this with the Snowflake. How exactly the Snowflake session looks like. Everything I'll show you. Don't worry about this.
Sir, can you explain me once mapping data flows?
Mapping data flows. Very good. So mapping data flows is nothing but what? Mapping data flows is nothing but ultimately you wanted to perform. See guys, just a minute. This is my source. I have this 10, 10, 20, sorry, 20, 30. This is my data. I want in the target, this is my target. In the target, I want to load the total. What is the total? Add it and give the total here. Add the entire data and give the total. What is 10 plus 10? 20. Plus 20, 40. Plus 30. Yes?
70.
Exactly. So here you will have the 70. So this 70, to get this total value of 70, we have to perform an arithmetic operation called addition, isn't it or not? 10
Yes,
plus 10 plus 20 plus 30, isn't it? Whereas this particular arithmetic operation is nothing but we are trying to convert the detailed information into summarized format, isn't it or not? For that, we use mapping data flows, and technically we call it as transformation. Technically, as per the subject, we call it as what? Transformation. We call it as what? Transformation. This is only the transformation. Getting my point, all of you? Now, is this clear? Who asked me this question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is it clear for you? Everyone, I'm giving one more chance. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. I'm just moving ahead with the practical now.
Sir, why these many stories are they have developed? Azure Blob Storage, Azure Data Link, Gen 1, Gen 2.
Yes, the type of very good question. Very good question. You have different type of data you can have. So now can you tell me what type of data you can have? Just go back to the data here. What is the type of data? What is the type of big data you can have? We are discussing it from the day one. Tell me, how many type of data we can have? Tell me now.
Structured, unstructured,
Structured.
Structured, unstructured.
Structured,
Yes.
Structured,
Unstructured.
unstructured, and semi-structured.
Guys, everyone.
Unstructured
What are the types of data we have? It?
Semi-structured.
No one wants to interact.
semi-structured,
Yes, what are the types of data we have? It. Yeah, am I
Structured
audible?
data,
Structured,
Everyone?
unstructured, and semi-structured.
Yes,
Three
I want
types
an
of-
answer now.
Structured,
Hello?
unstructured, semi-structured.
Yes, I want to. Yes, tell me now. Hello.
yes, sir.
Yeah, guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Categorical
I'm not able
data.
to hear you guys.
Hello.
Yes. What is it we have
Categorical
it?
data or
Yes. What is it
ordinal
we have it?
data.
Yes, guys. Structured data, semi-structured data,
Unstructured.
structured data, semi-structured data, structured data, semi-structured data, and what is it you have it? Structured data, semi-structured data, and what is it? Unstructured data. The final one is called as what? Unstructured data. Unstructured data. Whereas, guys, out of this T type of data, structured data, can you see here? I'm talking about the structured data. Structured data will be recorded or stored here into the and as well as even this also. Okay. And whereas apart from the structured data, semi-structured data is also recorded here. Semi-structured. And now, guys, we talk about the unstructured data. Does not has any structure. All kind of messy data can be stored in the data like gender. That means it can store the data like
Yeah,
gender.
please can someone mute?
Any kind of data here. What is it? That is called as a structured, semi-structured, and what is that? Unstructured. Structured, semi-structured, and what is that? Unstructured. So these are the type
so
of
one question.
Yes,
here.
guys, am I audible now?
Yeah. So
am
one
I audible
question,
to everyone?
Yes. Yeah. One question here.
Okay.
Is it possible?
So you can hear me now? So if you like, actually, you can message me also
Hello.
here in the chat box. Yeah, direct message issue
Hello.
from side. Okay, I think yeah, the issue from my side. Anyways, no issues. Let it be.
Yeah,
So
am
now,
I
guys,
audible,
we'll
Samir?
start with the all of you able to hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah,
Samir.
that's
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Fine. No issues. No issues. Okay, let us continue. So
Samir,
now, guys,
you are
these
able
are the
to hear me?
storages we have it. So now let us start with the practicals, guys. So now to go ahead, just open a browser, any browser. I'm just opening a browser here. And I'm just opening a browser, and can you see here? I have a browser here. Guys, everyone able to see this screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See here, what is that we have it? Here we have it. Can you see a browser? Just to type here portal.azure.com. Portal.azure.com. So can you see here? You can type here, but whereas I have already saved it a direct link here on my screen. So I'm just selecting this one. I'm selecting this one. Okay. Now, guys, this is your environment. This is your, what is that? Azure environment. Now, okay, this is your Azure environment. Okay, this is your Azure environment. Now I will try to show you, or will try to discuss a small case study, guys, today.
Samir, one question.
I'm just starting up a small case study. So case study here. Case study is like this. Title of the case study. Title of the case study. Copy data from Azure blob storage to Azure blob storage. What is the title I'm using it, guys? I'm using the title called, what is that? Azure blob storage to Azure blob storage. Copy data from Azure blob storage to, what is that? Azure blob storage. Copy data from what? Azure blob storage to blob storage. And now we require, as you know that our process requires, what is that? The source. And what is the other thing we require it? Target. We require the source and the target.
Can't hear
Okay, guys. So now can see here, we have a
Samir, are you able to hear us?
Okay, I'm just giving the case study, and the case study 1, I'm using it. And the title of my case study is copy data from Azure blob storage to, what is that? Azure blob storage, wherein you have, what is that? Source of data. Guys, I'm just source of data, or we can say source of data, or else we can say, what is that? Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, Samir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Am I audible, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Just type it. Actually, I'm not able to hear your voice. Just
Sir,
type it.
your voice is very low, sir. Today.
I'm not able to
Yeah.
hear your voice. Are you able to like hear
No,
my
sir.
voice? Just type it
Your
in the
voice
chat
is
box,
clear.
guys.
Clear.
Yes, no, no issues now.
Your
You are able to
voice
hear
is
my
clear,
voice.
Sir. Your voice is clear.
Clear.
My voice is not clear. Yeah.
No, sir.
Your
It's
voice
clear, sir.
is
Your
clear,
voice is
sir.
clear.
Your voice is
Now, okay now. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah, we are good.
Yes,
We are
sir.
good.
I think it's a small issue happened. I clicked it. I think by mistake. Okay, no issue. Sorry. So now, guys, so here you have, what is that? Case study 1, I'm using it. And now the title of the case study is what? Copy data from, can you see here, all of you concentrate well, copy data from Azure blob storage to Azure blob storage. That means I'm using the same storage account, guys. I'm copying the data from the same storage to what is that? Same storage. Okay. So here I can say source data store. So source data store is what? Same. Copy this Azure data, Azure blob storage. I'm using the source as the Azure blob storage, and the target also I'm using as what? Azure blob storage only.
So what is mean by blob storage?
Blob mean by blob storage means it's a type of storage. That's it.
Binary large object.
Yes, I think, yeah, binary last object. It's a full form. Okay. So now can you see here, what is it? You have it source data store, and source data store under this, what is it? You have it now file. I'm using a file to copy now data. What is it called? Data, that is file. I'm using the file called airlines.csv. I'm using the file called what, guys? Airlines.csv. That means I'm using a .csv file here. I'm using the .csv file to copy the data from the blob storage towards it Azure blob storage. And now the target. Now, guys, what is the target? The target is nothing but here we call it as a sink. Guys, we call it as what? Sink. For your clarification, I am using the word called target now. But from the next time onwards, we are going to use a word called sink here. Getting my point, everyone? We are going to use, yeah, we are going to use a word called what? Sink. So till the time you get habituated, I'm just using this target for your understanding. Target, that is nothing but data store, or we can say sink data store. I'm using it. Okay, sink data store. Sink data store. Okay, yeah, source that is nothing but data store. Source data store, and what is it? You have it? Sink data store. Okay, source data store and sink data store. And source data store I'm using as a blob storage, and the sink data store also I'm using as a blob storage only. So sink data store I'm using as what? Blob storage. So hence, guys, I'm just giving here sink data store as what? Azure blob storage. That means the source is same and the target is also same. Now, guys, how to achieve this task? How to achieve this task? This is the first one. You have it. Now, guys, I'm writing it. First of all, you come here. This is your Azure environment. This is your called as what? Azure, not the ADF. Guys, everyone, this is not your ADF. This is only the Azure environment. This is the Azure interface, portal.azure.com. We are not started with the, again, factory now, data factory. We have not started here. These are the, this is nothing but the Azure. So now, guys, you want to see the storages? You want to see the storages? Just check here. I'll show you the storages. Click on more services. Click on this button called what? More services. And now can you see here? Imran, can you just put it in mute mode? See here. These are all the storages we have it. Can you see here? Storages. What is that? Storage account. Okay. Azure Data Lake. What is that? Gen 1. Okay. Azure Data Lake. What is that? Gen 1. And we have what is that? Azure Stack Edge. These are all the storages. We will see one and the other. That is nothing but each one of them individually, how the storages works. These are some, apps you have it. These are some mobile applications which are allowed here. Can you see here? Containers. Can you see here? Databases. These all it supports. What is it? Azure Cosmos DB, Azure SQL, Azure database for MySQL server. Okay. Azure database for MariaDB servers. Okay. All these are the migration services. All these are the type of, we have discussed the elastic pools. Can you see here? SQL elastic pool. These are all the storages. Getting my point? These are all the storages. We have many more storages here. Can you see? Even the Synapse also has some storages. Okay. And here, if you want to apply some artificial intelligence and machine learning, we have some services provided here. You need not use the Power BI. Externally, you need not use the Power BI tool, or you need not use any other tool. We have it in Azure itself. We can use it. Okay. AI means artificial intelligence plus machine learning. Okay. That is Internet of Things, IoT. Okay. Can you see here? All these are the things we have it. Mixed reality, integration. Can you see here? This is some integrations. Okay. We can have it. These are all the services provided by what is that? Azure. And now day by day it is being increased every day, every month wise or every that is in a fortnight, they're just adding new services. Okay, so guys, so these are all the services. Just go to the home page. Just go to the home page. Now, how to start with your case study now? This is the first question. First of all, I'm writing the step 1, guys. Everyone, step 1, concentrate well. Create what is that? Resource group. Resource group. Create the resource group. So what do you mean by resource group, guys? What is resource group? Resource group is nothing but yes, resource group is nothing but it is a type of a main folder which holds the data. For example, I'm taking you to my desktop, everyone. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I'm just creating just a minute. I'm just creating a folder here. Folder, I'm giving the name as sales data. All of you, just a minute. Open this. I'm creating one more folder here, subfolder. January sales data. And now I'm creating one file here, guys. Microsoft Word file. Okay. And here I'm giving what's that? Specifications, product specification. Then I want to create one more file here. Okay, so the file is let us see here, Excel sheet. Okay, and you have what is that? Production data or production accounts. Production accounts. Now, guys, open this subfolder. Under the subfolder, I have some file here. Let us make it here as a text file, text document. Okay, running notes. Now these are all the, can you see here? These are all the files I have created. These are all the files I have created. All these are the files which I have created. But it is the main folder is what? What is the main folder for all this entire data?
Sales data.
Exactly. The main folder is what?
Sales data.
Sales data folder. Yeah, we have only one person to talk here. Ashwin Kumar is there. No one is there to talk. Yes, guys. This one.
Sales data.
Yes, sales data. Open this. You have one subfolder and 2 files. Open the subfolder. You have another 1 file. Now, guys, tell me if I am deleting this particular folder now. Tell me now, the entire data will go off or some of the data will retain?
Entire data will
be off.
Why?
The data will be
Because we have deleted it, no? Then
Master folder you have deleted.
This is like a pillar. This is like a branch. This is like a stem of the tree, which holds the entire data. If you cut the stem, everything will go, isn't it or not? Yes, the same way here also. This kind of a main, this kind of a resource group, this kind of a folder in Azure is called as what? Resource group, wherein in each resource group we can hold 1 pipeline, 2 pipelines, 10 pipelines. But for a resource group, we create the resource group. In that group only, suppose why this resource group is created, I will tell you. There are 100 employees working in the company. Some of them are working in the sales data. Some of them are working on the production data. Some of them are working on the material management data. And some of them are working on the post-sales data. Getting my point? So these are the different domains on which a particular, in a company, in a project, people are working. So on the sales domain, some around 25 employees are working. And on the production domain, some 10 employees are working. And rest of all them are working in different, that is nothing but wings of the project. Now, guys, for every one of them, this job of extraction transformation is common. But now what is it I want? I want to create a group them. I want to group them. How they are grouped? They are grouped by sales data team, and then we have production data team. Then we have what is that? Post sales data team. So we'll be dividing them in a time of a we are grouping them in a form of what is that? In the type of a group, isn't it or not? The same way here also, what we do is in the resource group, we can store a number of pipelines. Suppose 50 pipelines are there. That 50 pipelines, you can store it in a separate resource group. And whenever you delete this resource group, entire data will be lost. Entire data will be lost. Whatever you have it. I'm just like a folder. I have a folder now. I'm just deleting it. I'm deleting this. So the entire data with the folder is gone or not? Yes, in the same way here. So the resource group works in the same way. Resource group is nothing but it is like a main folder which holds the entire data pipeline and the components. Entire data pipeline and the components along with the storages. Along with what is that? Storages. Even the storages, everything will be recorded in what? A resource group. So first of all, we need to create a resource group. Then only we can move ahead with the designing of the pipeline. So for this, our exercise, what is that way I'm doing? Copy data from Azure Blob Storage to what is that? Azure Blob Storage. For that, first of all, you have to create what? Resource group. Getting my point? Step one is creating of resource group. How to create the resource group? This is your portal, you have it. Now, can you see here, guys? On the top, you have a button called resource group. Everyone, are you able to see this?
Yes.
Are you able to see this?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Click on this. Click on this.
Yes.
Click on this. Now, guys, click on this. And now, click on, can you see here? Click on this and click on create. Click on what is that? Create. Click on what is that? Create. Now, click on create. Now, can you see here? Once I click on the create, it is by default selecting the subscription. This is my subscription. Whatever I got it here, this is my subscription already. Okay. Now, guys, here is the resource group name. Any name you can choose it here. Any name you can choose it here. Now, I wanted to give the resource group name as copy data blob to blob. Blob to blob. Copy data, what is that? Blob to blob. This is the name I'm giving it. You want, you can give any, in the real time, we'll give like this. Production. Okay. We have what is that? Production group. Production group data. We write like this. Okay. Or we can say, what is that? Testing group data. I can write like this also. Testing group data. Or UTI data. Okay. Can you see it like this? We can use it. But here I wanted to give the simple name. What is it? The title it itself I'm using as a resource group here. So for that I'm using what? Copy data. Okay, from what is that? From what is that? Copy data from blob to blob. Okay, what is that? Copy data from what is that? Blob to blob. This is the name. Any name you can give it, guys. Make sure you can use the capital letters or small letters, and even you can use the underscores. It doesn't matter. You can use anything. There is no basically you can say there is no case sensitivity for resource group. Make sure for resource group there is no case. Yes, put it in the mute mode. Who is it? Put it in the mute. Yes, guys, put it in the mute mode. Whoever it's there, just put it in the mute mode. Yeah, Rajput, please put it in your mute mode. Can you see here? Copy data from what is that? Blob to blob. This is the name. So there is no restriction for using the name, guys. You can use any name. And whereas after we specify the name here, just can you see here in the bottom, you will find a button review plus create. That means first time you click, it will review. It will go into the cloud. It will go into this Azure and see whether you have any resource group with this given name or not. If it is given, name is there, it will say what is that? It will stop you. Else it will pass a validation. So just click on the review now. So can you see here? What
So
does it?
it will check in your subscription or entire subscription?
Entire subscription. Entire subscription. It should be unique. Entire subscription. Can you see here? Validation passed. That means there is no resource group with this given name. Now, guys, second time you have to click on create. Create it. Now resource group is ready. Now, guys, the resource group is ready. This is the resource group. You have it. Now, getting my point? Based on this is a resource group where a subscription is Samir, ADF, and ADB. And then we have, what is that? These are the things we have it. Guys, these are the things we have it. Clear now? This is how we create the first step. That is called as what? Creation of resource group. Create a resource group. And first of all, once you create a resource group, guys, once you create a resource group, the step 2, I'm writing it. The step 2. What is that? Step 2 is what? Create. What is that? Create Azure blob storage. Guys, create what is that? Azure blob storage. How to create the Azure blob storage? I will tell you, don't worry. Create, what is that? Azure blob storage. The second step. How to create it? Open that portal. Now, I'm using a new tab. Guys, if we can go to the home page and directly use it, but as we have started interfacing today itself, so I want to leave it as it is and take a new tab. I'm selecting on a new tab here, and once I'm selecting on a new tab, can you see here? Open this. Can you see it? This is the new tab I have come down. I have opened it. Now the first tab is holding the resource group. Just for clarity purpose, I'm doing it, guys. You need not keep it open. Let it be. You can go out in your way in the programming. So now can you see here? You have the again portal. Now you have, what is that? You have to create, what is that? Azure blob storage. So for creating the blob storage, can you see here? You have an icon called what? Storage accounts. Click on, what is that? Storage account. Can you see here? Create a storage account to store data up to, what is that? 500 TB of data in the cloud. That means 500 terabyte it can store the data. Click on create. Now it's, can you see here? It's opening up. Can you see here? Once I've clicked on it, clicked on create. Can you see here? Just observe it, guys, everyone. Everyone, by default, it has taken the subscription, and resource group it has taken by default. But in the real time, if you scroll it, you will have number of resources. Like you have two resources right now, network watcher RG, and here you have, what is that? Some copy data from blob to blob, which we have created just now. This is likewise in the real time, you have many resource group. Out of that resource group, you have to select your resource group. For that, if you have many, you can type it here like this: sales RG. Sales RG means what? Sales resource group. Something like that, you can type it. But as you have anyways default selected here, we have only one resource group. So by default, the system is selecting that one. Yes, guys, everyone is okay? Yes, am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now the next one. After this, you have to specify the name of your storage account. Guys, here in the storage account name, it is mandatory. It is mandatory to follow the naming convention. It is mandatory to follow the that is nothing but the naming convention standards. You have it. Capital letters is not allowed. For storage account, capital letters is not allowed. So I am using, what is that? Source data. Can you see here? Source data storage. I'm name it itself. I'm using it source data storage, but I think it is not available. Check here. Can you see here? Source data storages. Clear my point, everyone? Don't give any space. Spaces are not allowed. If you give a space, you will get an error. Storage account with the name source already taken. That means here it's there. Can you see here? This name is also, it says what? Source store account name. Source data storage is already taken. That means it is already there. Now I'm giving 100. It must not be there. What I believe. Yes, guys? Everyone, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Sir, I have one question.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, actually, sir, for this Azure, we have to make a login. Make a login for this tab, whatever you are showing.
Yeah, you have to log in.
So, any need of subscription means you have to pay money for that services, or it's
Only 2
free
rupees.
of cost for some time.
Only 2 rupees.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Now, guys, it has passed the validation.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, go
Hello.
ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, actually, I have already used this free subscription of Azure. So, is it possible to get other way?
Change it. Change your mail ID. Change your credit card. Try with a new system.
Okay.
If you say use the same system, it will detect the IP address.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, see, guys, it is created. Sorry, the resource group is ready. That is the resource storage account is basic things. Everything is ready. Now click on create. That means validation is passed. There is no storage account with this given name. Now it says deploying. Deploying means what? Creating here. Deploying means what, guys? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You just create a storage account. What type of storage account will it create?
Blob storage. Blob storage. Azure blob storage. Azure blob storage. Okay.
Default is Azure Blob Storage.
Yeah, default I'm creating as Azure blob storage. Can you see here? Not the default. I'm creating the Azure blob storage.
If I want to create data like Gen 2.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Why can't? Definitely we have it. We have an option. We'll come. Let us come one by one. Can you see here, guys? It is created. Deployment is completed. Means what? Go to resource now. It is completed here. Now, guys, it is ready. Can you see here? It is ready. So the storage account is ready. So what is the storage account? You have it, guys. Here you have the here you have the storage account is ready now. Sorry, just a minute. The storage account is ready. Now the first step is completed. Second step is completed. Third step. The third step is also what is that? Creation of same thing. Here I am creating the source. This is called as a source. And this is called as a sink. Sync. Now go ahead. Just go this one. Now this is fine now, guys. Everyone is okay. Now let us create one more tab here. Let us try to create one more tab here. Let us try to create one more tab. Click on this one more tab. I'm just selecting one more tab here. And now select another tab I'm using. Just for the clarity purpose, I'm using this. Now, guys, once it is done, go ahead and right now just click on what is that? Can you see here? Again, click on the storage account. Because source and target, can you see source is already created. I want to create one more. Click on create. Everyone following?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir.
Yes, sir.
See, everything should be same. What is that? The storage account, everything is same. This here is what? The name of the storage account, whatever. Because can you see? Resource group is same, and this is same. Next one, come down and provide the name. I'm giving the name here as what? Sync data store. Can you see here, guys? Sync data store. Sync data store. See, the sync data store, this name is already taken. So I'm giving a sync data store as 100. One more. Can you see here, guys? I think this is available. Click on review. Review means it will validate it. It is running the validation. Can you see here? The validation is run and now it's done. Click on create. Now, guys, I've created 2 accounts. What is that? Source, target. It's deploying. Just a minute. Okay, guys. So it is it's creating. Just a minute. It's creating. Deploying means what? Creation. It is under the process of creation. So we have to wait till it creates. Now guys, done now. Go to the resource. Now can you see here? Now I have created the source. This is the source and this is the target and this is the resource group. So now what is, how many steps we have completed today? Can you see here guys? Step 1, step 2 and step 3. Clear now everyone?
Sir, one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Sir,
Go ahead.
you have nowhere selected particularly Azure blob storage. You directly created one
By
storage.
default, it creates a blob.
Okay.
By default, it creates a blob storage. Make sure. Okay. That's it, guys. Okay. Yeah.
In the company, all the subscription details like username and password is provided by the company, or we have to take on ourselves.
They'll provide it. You need not buy it. Everything.
Okay, the company will provide us
Yes,
the
yes.
details.
Company, everyone. It's basically you're working for corporate, so hence they will bear all these things.
Okay, so once we leave the company, all the work that we did on Azure storage is remain with the company only.
It remains with the company.
Sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, Azure gives the 1 month free subscription. After 1 month, sir, what we will do?
You will have to take the paid subscription, but that will not cost you more than 1,000-1,200 rupees. It will charge you. So
for how many days, sir?
For how many days means there is no limitation. For 1 month.
Okay.
Billing cycle will be for 1 month. It depends upon you progress it. Your usage. You can make it the monthly billing. You can make it the daily billing also. But you can go ahead with the monthly billing. That's okay.
Okay, sir.
Sir, means free subscription is fine, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Everything will be similar. Only somewhat changes in the storages and all these things. That's nothing else.
Okay, so what should you recommend? Either we should go for free subscription or for paid?
You try first of all for free now. Once the free is done, you can obviously you have to buy it. At that time you will buy it. Don't worry. Why you will buy? Why you want to buy it now itself? Try to register it for free. Use it the free version, and once the free version is done, yeah, go ahead.
Sir, right now we are you are not teach us to how to create account, right?
What is that account? Storage account?
Yeah, Azure account.
Azure account. Acha. Azure account, I told you now already. Very simple process. I'll just tell you one thing. Just open a tab here. Open a tab. Can you see here my screen?
Yeah, it is. You already shown. I just thought that you have given an idea to all of that, like that. This is the page and this is the.
Just a minute. See here.
Sir, can you show once again? Actually, maybe I have not attended your last session.
Okay, just a minute. Open this tab. Can you see here? Simply type here azure.com. Azure.com. Okay, azure.com. You can type it here. Once you click on this azure.com, guys, once you have azure.com, just click on the get started. As you try Azure for free, you can click here. Now can you see it will ask you start free or pay as you go model. Start free. Simply. No, I don't want to participate. Start free. Start for free. As it is, you have to keep on entering your mail ID. As already I am logged in. You have to give your mail ID and then click on next. You have to specify the password. Then after the password is given, then what is that? It will ask you the payment details. Payment details is nothing but you have to take a credit card. You need to have a credit card. So you need to enter the number of the credit card along with the CVV. But make sure if you are taking a free subscription, it will not charge you more than 2 rupees. It will charge you only 2 rupees for the first 1 month and 45 days. Okay, and with that some free credits will be given. So the way you are using your this thing, the credits works on that way. Okay, so suppose I'm using, my usage is high. And one more, guys, you have created the resource group now. Try to delete it immediately once you have done with the job. So how to delete it? I'll show you the way. Simply go to all resources. Can you see here? Click on all resources. You will find it here. Select all of them and click on delete option. Select yes. Delete it. So if you delete the resource group, it will not charge you anything because it will be empty now. So, but in the real time, don't do this mistake. You should not delete it because that will be borne by the company. Okay. So as you're practicing it right now, see, I don't have any resource group. Now open this. Anyways, it will take some time. It's running now. Can you see here? This is how you get, if you want, just click on this resource group. Can you see here? I'm just deleting once more. I'm just trying out. Open this and click on the delete resource group. It will ask you the name. You copy the name and paste it here. Guys, delete. Click on delete. That's it. It will keep on deleting. So this will run internally. It will run. See, can you see one line is running here? That means it's processing. You need not worry about that. Again, I'm selecting on the second resource group, which is already created by me sometime by the system here. So I want to delete even this one. So copy this and now just paste the same here. Click on the delete. Okay, now guys, so this is the thing we have it. We have to delete like this. Now it will go off. Don't worry. In some time it will go off. Subscription, what we are talking about, subscriptions will be here. Can you see here? This is the subscriptions details. This is my subscription and I'm active right now. The status is active and this is my ID, subscription ID, and the current cost for my this thing is 112 rupees. This is the cost I have to pay it now. It depends upon your usage. You don't remain this storage accounts active, you will be charged very less. Getting my point? So try to make out everyone. Release the delete resource group. Deleted. That means it's nowhere available. That means you will not be charged. Make sure don't forget to delete while practicing. And once you work tomorrow in the company, don't touch on the resource group. If you delete the data, you will have to pay a big cost on that. So don't touch in the real time, but now you have to delete it for saving the cost.
Sir, okay. Even resource group also chargeable, sir.
Why not? Definitely. Resource group is also chargeable. Everything
even without resources also.
Even without resources. It is not like ADB where you don't charge empty clusters. Idle cluster, it will not charge. I'll tell you anything. This no, everything is charged.
Resource groups is a cluster or cluster means resource group?
Nah, something like that only.
Okay.
Something like that, but not exactly that.
What is the meaning of cluster?
Cluster is nothing but a group of machines.
Okay. Okay.
And Samir, in this course, you will be teaching SQL also?
Yeah, I'll tell you the basic class of SQL. One class you will have it.
Okay.
Okay, see guys, we have done with the 3 steps here. The rest of the steps and completing the entire process, we'll just finish it tomorrow. Okay.
So, Samira, Azure blob storage is same as AWS S3 bucket, right?
Yes, exactly. Same.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And one more point, I have missed one topic. Gen 1, Gen 2, what is the difference, sir?
Gen 1 is actually Gen 1 actually it has stopped allowing the services of Gen 1 and it is going to retire in 2024. Okay, so generation 1. So entire data, whatever you have it in Gen 1, that we are migrating it to Gen 2 now.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
And how to
first class I missed.
How to create Gen 1 and Gen 2?
Gen 1 is not allowing to create now.
Gen 2 we have allowed to create.
We have other way to create it. Don't worry, I'll show you.
Okay, okay, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, who is it? Next question. Tell me.
First class I missed. How will get my the recording videos, sir?
You will get this Google Drive, na? You contact Muskan. She will
Yes,
share the yeah, she will share you the Google Drive access.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, guys. And guys, one more thing. Okay, no issues. We'll make it tomorrow. Okay. Okay.
One
Hi,
question.
Samir.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll just ask a quick question. Does this course cover like Azure Data Engineer Associate certification course?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. It covers.
Means after doing this, I can write that exam, right?
Yes,
Certification.
definitely you can write it.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, Samir. Yeah. Here I have doubt on costing which we are using. Suppose in a day, once we create resource group, we'll use some like around 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So that 30 to 40 minutes, it will charge the cost.
Yeah.
So that means like in a month, every day I've created resource group. I've used around 1 or 2 hours. After that I've deleted. So that means like it will charge that 1 and 2 hours.
Yes. Pay as you go model means the same thing. You use it, pay and you use, pay and use.
Well, ideal period also it will charge if it will be if it will be ideal for some period. I don't use the resource. It will charge.
You're
Also.
talking about yeah, it is some yeah, idle it won't charge, but resource group it will charge. Idle clusters it won't charge. As you Simhachal, na?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Sir, to avoid charges, we can stop the resource, right?
Yeah.
Instead of deleting.
No, we cannot stop it. We cannot stop it. It is.
Yes, Samir, this is Hari for a quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You also have a Power Query kind of thing in the ADF, if I remember.
Yes.
So do we also cover the same?
Yes. We will see the scenario on that also.
Okay. And also, how about the templates which we are using? So we have one model over there for the same.
Yes, we'll have a case study, and we'll see that case study how end to end how it is implemented. That is from the extraction part in the part.
Just I'm looking forward for Power Query and also for the global. What do you say? Like how we are going to give the global parameters and all.
Yes.
So I'm looking for moreover on the user properties, how we are going to do that and global parameters kind of thing. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah. Go ahead. Next question. Tell me.
Hi, sir. This is some general question. Is by learning only ADF, can we get the jobs on calls?
Definitely.
Okay. Sir, are you planning any classes in the morning session?
Check with the management. No?
I do have the same question because.
Yeah, obviously we have a morning batch. Definitely we'll have a morning batch. But I think it will take more 10 days time to start.
Okay.
Yes,
we can expect in the first week of September.
Yes, first week of September. Yeah.
Okay. You only teach, no, sir?
Yeah. I'm the only faculty. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah,
it works for us because
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, ideal cluster means here. What is that one?
Ideal cluster means basically, I'll explain you one thing. Ideal cluster means it is created but not in use.
Okay, that means empty, right? Empty folder.
Right. Yes.
Empty. Okay, but here I have one doubt. Gen 1, Gen 2, he said that Gen 1 is expiring in 2024, but it is allowing Gen 1.
No, it's not allowing now.
Only,
it's not allowing now. It used to allow 2 months back. Since then, it's not allowing even the Gen 1 creation also.
Okay, right now we have allowed to only Gen 2, right?
If you have a subscription, you have taken before July 2020. July 2020. Yeah.
Okay, right now only Gen 2 allowed.
Yeah, Gen 2 is allowed. Okay. Gen 1, I will show you the process, but it's not anyway. It's not allowed to create.
Okay.
It. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir. Use real-time scenarios, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
Sir, yeah, your voice is cracking. Can you please repeat again? Can you please?
Yeah. Tell me, what is it?
No, Gen 1 is allowing, is not allowed. Only Gen 2 is allowed.
Yes, yes, yes. Gen 2 is allowing. Gen 1 is not allowing. It's
Okay.
not allowing to create the Gen 1.
Okay. Okay. Thanks. Thanks.
Yeah. Tell me, next question.
Sir, what is Gen 1 and Gen 2?
Generation 1 and generation 2, it is like just an upgraded version. That's it. With some more features.
Sir,
Okay, like-
are you also going to see like Azure Event Hub? Like if something
Azure?
failed in Azure Event Hub use, like something failed in the pipeline, the mail will be triggered. For that Azure event, we have to.
Yes, logic apps you're talking about.
Yes, yes, logic apps.
Yes, we will see the logic app.
Okay.
So we also work on the multi-cloud, how it will be like.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
And the BigQuery is also same blob storage or a different BigQuery?
No, not the blob storage. The terminology is different there.
Oh yeah, BigQuery is different from blob storage, right?
Not blob storage. BigQuery is a data warehouse.
Okay.
It's a data warehouse. It is like Synapse we have in Azure.
Okay, great. Yeah, got it. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Yeah, Samir, I have doubt on about the pipeline creation, as you said. So I have one example like source and destination. So my source is suppose SQL Server. So I'm copying data from SQL Server and load it into another server in SQL Server itself, SQL database itself. So here to copy data from SQL one database to another SQL database. So here ADF backend will store the temporarily data.
The staging data, it will have it.
Yeah. So once completed,
So you're talking about
data into,
on-premises to on-premises or on-premises to cloud?
Cloud only, but one server to another server. Like if suppose I have two databases, one is dev and another one is production.
Okay.
So I want to move dev to prod. So here to copying data from dev to prod, ADF will act like a staging table till loading data to
Yes, it will create a
production
staging.
data.
Yes, it will create a staging.
So yeah, okay. Once loaded production
staging will vanish.
database, yeah, it will vanish. Okay, backend. So, but that will not. We are not able to see, right?
Yeah, we will see, but not onto the server level. Onto this, I'll show you the normal, because as such we don't have any servers and these things to use it here right now. Okay. So anyways, the cloud to cloud transfer and for on-premises data, I'm using the virtual machines here.
Okay. So that means like till loading data into production, it will act as staging. Once loaded data into, it will vanish the data in.
You can save the staging also.
storage.
You can save the staging. That is the way also you have it. You can save that staging and use as an input again to the third, that is database or thread server. You can pass as an output also.
So yeah, okay. Means like once loaded data into blob, not blob, SQL database in backend blob storage also will erase it, right?
Yes. Obviously.
Thanks.
Thank you. Next question. Yes.
Once that means we have moved the data from one server to blob storage. That means earlier data, old data vanished, right?
It's not like that it will vanish, but he's talking about the staging. Staging is a temporary storage area. I'll tell you what is staging. Basically, see, I am typing here something. I'm typing here something, guys. Okay, something I'm typing it. I'm click on save. When I use the Control S, what it will do is it will ask you where to save, with what name it will save. But before saving this file, I'm typing this, where it is there, where it is typing this, where it is having this. It is on the RAM. This is called as temporary storage. No? Once you save it, then it will move on to the permanent saving, whatever it may be. So currently it is in what? Tell me now, currently it is in what? RAM memory. Yeah, temporary memory. The same way here also we have it. Staging is a temporary memory.
Okay.
That's it.
Yes, got it.
Amit, just now we created the blob storage, right?
Yeah,
For that, what is the capacity of the storage?
500 TB.
500 TB. Just now I created storage. It came automatically 5 TB.
No, 500 TB.
Just now I created it. Came like share capacity is showing like 5 TB.
5 TB, it says.
Yeah. I'm just checking the properties here. Can I share my screen once?
Yeah, you can share it. It's 500 TB. Store up to 500 TB data in the clouds, not the 5 TB.
Okay.
500 TB only. Yeah. Yeah. Any other question? Yeah. Anyone? Have any questions? Okay, guys. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow. The same timings, 7 o'clock. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay,
you. Bye-bye.
thank you, Samir. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
Bye.